Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Spin off from Just the Point of View, Message from the Street. And I'm going to go right into the topic. I'm going to speak on several things. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time, so I don't want to keep you long. Okay, the first topic of interest is that corporations here in the United States in 2018, under the Donald Trump leadership of the United States, didn't pay any taxes. There's a news article that I'm going to read to you. Let me find it real quick. It says 60 Fortune 500 companies avoided all federal taxes in 2018. This was reported April the 11th, 2019. It said earlier this year, ITEP reported Netflix, Amazon paid no federal taxes. Other companies on the list is Chevron, Delta Airline, General Motors, Goodyear Tire, Halliburton, IBM, JetBlue, etc., etc., etc. Now, if you're okay with that, that's cool. That's your choice. But myself and others that pay taxes that don't make little to any money, throughout the course of the year, I believe have a problem with that. And I'm not even going to speak on others. I'm talking about myself. And, I'm weaving a thread because it's not really about them not paying taxes. It's about their indoctrinated capitalistic states of minds when it comes to other issues that they want to suppress and oppress other Americans. These individuals in these corporate operations that's receiving all of this pacification when it deals with the economy and economics. So let me see what I'm going right here. These same people is in these positions, the executives, the owners of these companies. These are some of the same people that have a problem with student loan forgiveness. And I'm going to say it's not just them, but it is them. But it is other people. I have talked to people and they was talking about the student loan forgiveness program. They was like, well, I'm gonna disagree with that because of whatever their position was. But I'm thinking that I don't care what you say. Students need to be forgiven. I know people right now today that owe 6 digits from a student loan that don't got a job, that don't have a job in the field that they studied for, and they owe 6 digits, and their loan got up to that amount because of interest. Now, if you think that it's okay to have a burden on people that attempted to follow the program or the blueprint to participate in the American dream, that which has turned to a financial nightmare for them. Their taxes get taken, their bank accounts may, get a hold on it, all types of horrible things while they're trying to survive after being sucked in, misled, deceived about education here in the United States. Now, I'm going to read another article that actually expounds on that. Let me find that real quick. Now, the article that I'm about to read to you shows that the United States operation dealing with higher education is a form of capitalism at its very height. It's also an operation of imprisoning people, putting people in modern day slavery through their finances. Now, there has been reported that there are 6 countries around the world where though higher education doesn't require no great loans or you don't get in debt out from going to higher education in these places. And top of the list, we got Norway, then we got Germany, we got Finland, France, and Denmark. All these European countries. The question is, why can't America find a way make a way to have this debt forgiveness for these people. If you want to ease the burden on the people, forgive them their debts. One thing that I have always had a problem with comprehending, if you want the society to advance and get to its acme or to its highest point, first thing you need to know is that poverty is at the root of crime. Most people are in poverty because of the lack of education. So if you're trying to bring your country up, it tells me, thinking using logic, that you would educate your people and you would educate them for free, because you know in the long run that it's going to pay off. See, this system is connected to a form of operation that is outdated. It has ran this course. It is no good, and it is an enemy to the people when it comes to gathering education. Why shouldn't a young man or a young woman aspiring to be a psychologist or a philosopher or an engineer can't go to school because they doesn't have the financial resources? They didn't get the proper loans to go to of their choosing. I think that this needs to be re-examined, and we need adjustments in society. By no way I am suggesting capitalism or socialism, but capitalism has failed the people in its current state. It needs to evolve and become developed. It needs to move with the times. We're still operating off an agreement of a system that has been forged over 200 years ago. Just think about that. Just think about that. This is a mentality that has been incorporated into the social structure that hasn't had a major tune-up, overhaul in 200 years. We got to do better. Yeah, we got the two parties, which is only one party for people to know. You know, everybody, people on Capitol Hill, they buddies. The Democrats and the Republicans, that's the biggest soap opera ever to be made anywhere in the world. You know, what's going on Capitol Hill and throughout the United States with these charlatans, tricksters. You know, they doing the Molly thing with us. Oh, we Democrats, we gonna be for y'all, and the Republicans, they against y'all, and then they switch it around. But all the time, the agenda is the same. Moving forward, these same people that are against forgiveness of the student loan are also against universal health care. Now, I'm thinking this. Everybody deserves health care, from the lowest person on the totem pole to the highest person on the totem pole. And I think that it shouldn't be no outrageous financial burden because you get injured. When Barack Obama had his health care plan, Obamacare, I was totally against that for one main reason. They was trying to force us to participate in a program that if we didn't want to be in it, we was going to get penalized when tax time come around. That's a form of extortion. And I would never be in agreement with a program such as Obamacare. I'm not against people that support it and think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it doesn't work for me. And it doesn't work for Americans that would like the choice to choose. But on another note, I still think that universal health care could be beneficial to Americans, especially the have-nots. And I myself wouldn't mind having a few dollars taken out of my check, you know, to contribute to this universal health care. It got to be more or less expensive than these healthcare plans they got going on out here today. You know, I had worked at one job, and the healthcare, this was a few years ago. It was like a total between dental and health, like for one person, like under $100. Now I have another job where the healthcare for one person is over $200. And in other cases, you know, people that got dependents on there, it's $300 and some dollars. That's some bills. That's not a bill, and that's, you know, that's ridiculous, and it needs to be addressed because people do get sick. People do get injured, and they need health care. Period. And that's an adjustment. We need to reason. You know, everybody's not going to be with it, and everybody's not going to be against it. But we got to do what's best for the people to move society forward. Flintstones, cavemen, primitive. This is what the American Constitution and ideology is working off of. We got to move forward. Make those amendments when they need to be made. Don't get stuck off, policies from 200 years ago. It's not intelligent. Okay. Last thing I'll speak on real quick. It goes with the topic I spoke of earlier about, the loan forgiveness. Is college really worth it? Maybe. Maybe not. No. In a lot of cases. On account, what I spoke of earlier, people got go to college, 6 digits, don't get a job in the field. You're not guaranteed anything. You're in a big, selection process. And then some of the people, they get these jobs because they know people, their parents know people, the government and so forth and so on, and Congress, so forth and so on. Some people go through this process and never have a chance to actually, reaching their goal of operating in a particular field. And I think that's a waste of time and a waste of money. So what could be offered is another direction. Not even another direction. Education should be free. Free education frees minds. It's that simple, that plain. Education helps the development of the culture. Education, information bring people out of poverty. Most people are in poverty because they're in poverty of their thought process, because of their environment, because of what's going on around them, because they're being programmed by propaganda from the news media, from the programming that they look at every day on TV, because their programs are programming them, programming us. And this needs to stop. We need a new direction, a new way of doing things. The capitalists that have capitalized off the oil industry, off the robbing the earth of its resources, Y'all got enough bread. How much you want? You can do anything you want to do. You can go to another planet if you want to, because that's how much money you got. Let the rest of the people eat. They hungry, we hungry. Hey. We need a new way of doing things. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular part of the, discussion of the topic, it is, get my mind set on another level of frequency, get things kind of heightened, because it's actually absolutely insane that people are still thinking like cavemen, still thinking like segregationists, still thinking like racists. American society, and a large part of it is sick. It has been poisoned from day one. But there's an antidote to that poison, and it's truth. There's an antidote to that poison, and it's compassion. There's an antidote to that poison, and it's love. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for, giving me an opportunity to speak what I spoke. Please leave comments. If you get an opportunity, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all good because it's all helpful. There's no bad and no good in certain instances. With this information, it's just a point of view. So any insight that you can give, I appreciate it. I'm not going to be offended. I hope you're not offended. Nothing was meant to be offensive. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great day on purpose, with purpose, because life is all purpose. Praise Him that raised Him.